Yo, what's going on, guys? You're watching Epic Pokemon TCG. In today's video, guys, I'm going to be kind of complaining about something that I actually addressed in my Battle Mind versus Relentless Flame video. And it's going to be a little bit of the same thing, but I'm actually going to be adding upon my little rant here. And I just realized that while the North America International Championships is going on, I'm sitting here complaining about theme decks. So anyway, on screen, I'm using the Torrential Cannon theme deck, and I'm facing off against the Lightning Loop theme deck, which features Zeraora from Unbroken Bonds. And basically, I'm going to be saying this again. If you guys watched the Battle Mind versus Relentless Flame video, you know exactly what I'm about to say. So, this video is actually a perfect example of my argument with all of this. So, if you haven't really honestly played the new theme decks, now you could make the argument that the Battle Mind theme deck doesn't need items as much because of the draw power in it. The new theme decks that came out in Unbroken Bonds together have a combined item count of 4. They have 4 switch between the two of them. Whereas the Relentless Flame and Torrential Cannon theme deck have a large variety of item cards, such as Nest Ball, they have Timer Ball, and I think they have something else. I don't know. But anyway, even if it's just those, it is significantly better than the Unbroken Bond theme decks. Now, with the rotation coming up, that means that when rotation hits, you can't take a Torrential Cannon theme deck or a Relentless Flame theme deck, just the 60 cards up to a tournament and play it in a standard tournament. Okay, I want to note that standard because people like to throw expanded in my face a bunch, but you cannot take these decks to a standard tournament and compete. And they are just a set old, or whenever the rotation hits, they'll just be a couple sets old. That just bugs me, especially considering the fact that I would say that the Torrential Cannon theme deck and the Relentless Fame theme deck is actually in a higher class than the ones that came out in Unbroken Bonds. I just feel like these decks function overall just better, especially with their setup and such, because they actually have item cards that search out Pokemon. Whereas Unbroken Bonds, you literally just have to draw into the stuff. Like there is no searching, there is no nothing like that. You have to literally draw the cards, and that just annoys me. I feel like that the decks are just not very good. Like when it comes to like the decks are good. They have their pros and cons, and I'm not trying to say that whenever I talk about a theme deck that I'm always going to say, oh, this deck's amazing, go buy it. They're good, but they have their flaws, and I feel like especially considering when you look at the two decks from Team Up, it's just there's the Team Up decks are superior. And if you take a player that has never played, like competitive Pokemon or doesn't know the tournament rules or something like that, and they want to get started or something like that, they're going to go to a store. And you can make the argument that a Mewtwo theme deck would probably appeal to some people, even a Zeraora deck. But you've got Charizard and you've got Blastoise sitting there. And more than likely, they're going to gun for the Charizard, or more than likely, they're going to gun for the Blastoise because usually the older Pokemon are more popular. And now, again, yes, you can make the argument that Mewtwo might get some love there, but you just take someone, they're like, oh man, I can get a Charizard deck. Yo, I gotta buy this. They pick it up, they take it to a card shop, or they take it to like League or whatever, and the people are like, oh, hey, yeah, so listen, you can't use this card, you can't use this card, you can't use this card, or you can't use this card unless you play in a expanded tournament. But what you can do is you can buy the Battle Mind theme deck or the Lightning Loop theme deck, only get 2 switch, no other item cards whatsoever, and you have a worse deck. Now, I would say that if you actually want to get like a pretty solid deck and you want to spend like, I don't know, around 50 bucks or something like that, you can go buy singles online, or if you just want to get lazy with it, you can buy 2 Relentless Flame theme deck and a Battle Mind theme deck, and you got something pretty smexy. But I don't know, this just bothers me. I feel like that Pokemon just did not think this through. I don't know that, or they just probably don't care about their product. But the fact that like you can go buy a theme deck that is only like not even like 3 sets old, it's only a couple sets old, and right now it's just 1 set old. You go up there and you buy these decks. You can't play them unless it's an expanded tournament. I just feel like that doesn't make sense, and I feel like that's just a really good way to just kind of like mess with a player that just honestly doesn't know anything about the game. And as you've been watching on screen, this Blastoise theme deck is kicking the Christ out of this Zeraora theme deck, and it was the same thing with the Charizard theme deck. Honestly, these two theme decks just smash the ones from Unbroken Bonds because they just function better. They have item cards. You're able to search out Pokemon with this deck, and you're able to search out Pokemon with the Relentless Fame theme deck. And I feel like that's just honestly it's good. And the Battle Mind theme deck, you have the same problem with just hitting Pokemon. You have to hit certain Pokemon with that deck, and you can't search them out because there's no item cards to search them out. And using Salazzle or two, a turn is only going to amount to so much. Whereas you can just go straight into the deck and pull something out. Now, that's just my take on this whole thing. I feel like that this is a huge flaw, and me right now, how I feel about Pokemon is, I want love to newer players. I want the newer players to be able to get into the game really easy, especially, because Pokemon is definitely a very popular thing. It's a very popular franchise. People are going to stumble across the game, and with like a little kid, their parents or something like that takes them to the store, and the parents buy them like the Charizard deck, because Charizard's like one of the most popular Pokemon, period. And then the kid goes up there and someone tells him, oh hey, you can't play some cards in your deck. That just the idea of that just kind of sucks. Just thinking about that, like, the whole thing just kind of sucks. And I talk about this a little bit more in my other theme deck video, which is doing amazing. So thank you guys so much for that. But yeah, this is just kind of something I wanted to just address and talk about a little more, and just kind of give you guys like a showcase here. I feel like even if this was the Torrential Cannon theme deck versus the Battle Mind theme deck, this would still be an extremely one-sided matchup, because I feel like the team up theme decks are just superior, and they feature Pokemon that are like a couple of the most popular Pokemon, period, in Charizard and Blastoise. So that's just something that has been bugging me, and something that just honestly, if the rotation wasn't happening, like, let's say, for like a little while, and there was like some more solidified item cards in the game right now, maybe I wouldn't be as bugged. But like, they didn't throw anything in these theme decks except for just switch, and I don't know, like, there's just no solid item cards to replace the ball cards, and I don't know. Well, what does that have to see? I'm not saying you need to go to the store and buy a theme deck and it's just like you're winning tournaments, but hopefully you guys get what I'm saying. I'm gonna stop rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Thank you guys so much for 800 subscribers. And yeah, if you like these little annoying rants, make sure to let me know down in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think. Take care. I love you. Be good people. And this is Epic Pokemon TCG signing out.